when you look at the two National League MVP candidates, Shohei Ohtani's got 51 home runs. He homered again last night. He has 174 strikeouts. Now, he's the leadoff guy. Kyle Schwarber, another leadoff guy. Normally your leadoff guy gets on base, gets a lot of walks, maybe has a high batting average. Kyle Schwarber has 53 home runs. He struck out 181 times.
Woo! Ow! Stat of the day! Stat of the day! Stat of the day! Stat of the day! This is the stat of the day!
Stat of the day brought to you by Panini America, the official trading cards of the program. You do have an MVP race, according to DraftKings in the American League. Aaron Judge, minus 350. Cal Raleigh, plus 240. In the National League, Shohei Ohtani is minus 10,000. Kyle Schwarber, plus 1,900. This has been over for probably a month or so, maybe 6 weeks. But Schwarber put up some big numbers for a team that's played really well. But Shohei, the combination of being able to hit 50 home runs, you're also out there pitching 5 no-hit innings. Now they're talking about something we talked about earlier in the season. Is there a scenario where you use Shohei Ohtani in the bullpen come playoff time? I want to take you back to the conversation. I'm going to ask the question of Mark Pryor, the Dodgers pitching coach, about this possibility. Can you see a scenario in the postseason where Ohtani comes in relief?
It's a good question, very fair question, and it's been discussed, and it's really understanding kind of the rules of him coming in as a reliever, and knowing that because of the rule, the way it's set up right now as a starter, he can come out of the game and still maintain as a DH. But he comes in as a reliever. You got to find that line of where hopefully the game ends, because you can't put him in the 6th and then take him out as a pitcher in the 7th and keep him in as a DH. So it would have to be a situation where we think the game's over and he's closing, or be okay with him not hitting anymore. So that would be really the only scenario. Can I see it? Absolutely. But it would probably be closer to the back end when the game's, kind of on the line, and it would be over after he's done.
But he would have to play the outfield. He hasn't played the outfield since 2021. But if you have him, and this was brought up to me by a former pitcher, all-star pitcher, who said, the problem with that is you're going to try to warm up. How do you warm up where you're playing the outfield? Now we're going to bring you in. It's different where you're warming up in the outfield, just, tossing back and forth. How can you get Ohtani ready to go to come in relief, as opposed to just keeping your arm active in the outfield? And he hasn't played the outfield in a long time. I mean, not to say that he can't, but that's another big problem. The last thing I want to do is have Ohtani, warm up, but then not get into a game, or try to warm up while he's in the outfield. It's a completely different feeling where you're like, I'm just tossing here. You can't say, to the other outfielder, hey, would you get down? I'm going to pitch 60 feet, 6 inches, and, try to assimilate what it's like to pitch in a game or get ready to pitch in a game. It'd be really, really difficult. Do I think it can happen? I do, because that bullpen has been really bad. And it might be out of necessity that you have to maybe try to cobble something together there where you go, okay, it's not perfect, but it's a whole lot better than the other options. Yes, Marvin.
Going back to the MVP conversation, what type of season does a player have to take Ohtani out of that spot to win league MVP?
Start pitching.
So even if he has a Barry Bonds, bat 370.
No. If you have hit 70 homers and bat 370, and your team makes you could beat Shohei Ohtani.
But it has to be that type of season, though.
Yeah, I mean, Kyle Schwarber hit 53 home runs so far. But he's going to finish distant second here. Ohtani's just got a head start on everybody. Just because there's still the fascination of he does something that nobody in the history of the sport has done. And you also hit 50 home runs, and you're playing for the Dodgers. Yeah, Paul.
And you're not being facetious. He really hasn't pitched a lot this year. He's going to finish the season with fewer than 50 innings pitched. And he's been very good. Not great, but very good. But he walks in 20 yards ahead of everybody.